Agriculture and the Department of Defense.
We've actually been planning this for about 2 years, but it's really the first exercise of its kind that integrates both Department of Defense and civilian systems together into one whole response.
Lieutenant Colonel Eric Miller with the U.S. Department of Defense says their goal is to help get communities back up and running after any disaster.
The improvised nuclear device just happens to be the scenario here. Could just as easily have been a hurricane or an earthquake or whatever the disaster happens to be.
Lieutenant Colonel Travis McCullough says they're using these run-throughs to refine the response.
We see this as an opportunity. We see it as an opportunity for us to go through and actually reshape some of our tactics, techniques, and procedures, take the lessons learned from this event, and go back and reshape our tactical operational procedures.
Lieutenant Colonel Miller says while it's good to get in the practice of how each element works, like decontamination for people or pets or reuniting families, it's also about building strong working relationships for the local, state, and federal response.
Exercises of this scale don't happen every day. It's a lot of planning, and the time to meet is not at the disaster. The time to meet, develop the relationships, see how each other works together is
something about to happen.
This exercise is changing the way these kind of disaster drills are done across the country and
Remember
here
this.
at home. The first responders practicing say all of this is to keep you safe.
You have a dedicated element that focuses on training and to support any event that occurs from a domestic response standpoint, and we train for our worst day.
In Fulton County, I'm Lindsay Tuman for Good Day Atlanta.